Hello again, guys. So, we're going to discuss about plateau today. This is one of the strategies under RISMI, okay? RISMI, which has a bunch of algorithmic trading that you can use according to the situation. Once again, let me emphasize, it's nice to use robots, EAs, AI, or whatever you call them, but please, 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 guys, be focused, okay? Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. As long as the robot just makes you money, then, pick that particular one. Don't try to pick something cheap and then, you really, literally get blown out water. You don't want to do that. So a plateau, in order to make it easy, I have adjusted this presentation for the low risk version of plateau. I'm going to talk about the high risk version of plateau. Of course, I have it on both on my FX book so that you can call me up there. Now, this is something that's not really easy to understand, but if you want to be successful, you really, really have to know how the algorithm of plateau works, okay? So I don't doubt that this is not easy to understand. You have to remember, as I said, that Forex, whenever you talk about Forex, it really moves in waves. So you got to trust me on this. So this is something that a lot of people don't understand, but it is really something that's very natural in Forex. But if you don't understand this, you're going to be in big trouble. The thing is, I've told you before, whenever we talk about Forex, okay, and Forex is not something that's readily accessible or readily understandable. You still need some knowledge to do this. That we've said that, things moves in waves, okay? So whatever goes up must come down. Whatever goes down must come up again. Now, if you are able to follow this and you're able to follow Elliott wave and all that, and you do have an idea what Elliott wave is, then you know why plateau really, really makes money. This means that, initially you could be in a drawdown position at this position, at this position, at this position, but as the pair comes down, you could be shorting here. As the pair comes down, you will be back in profit. And that's the magic of plateau. The thing is that it does this very, 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 very fast. Okay, so so this is a natural movement of the market. Then you know that you will be able to get these results very, very quickly. And in order to get very, very good results, you really have to choose the right pairs. Really, when you're here, don't be so concerned when you're counter trending here. You will make money here again. And please understand that in this algorithm, you sometimes need drawdowns in order to make money. That is really the secret, because it does this very fast. So anything that's drawdown can really be recovered very, very quickly. Of course, if you were a human, you wouldn't be able to do this. That's why I told you guys to basically try out the grids yourself, so you can see and appreciate the difference of what a robot does and what a human can do. So again here, just looking at our grid again here, okay, I'm just going to draw you some of the philosophies here. If you can find something that's pretty much ranging like that, like that, like that, like that, you'll pretty be okay. In fact, even if you find something that's trending down like that, you're pretty much okay. Or something that's trending up like this, you're pretty much okay, which means that you will have less management of the grid and you can basically let it run, okay? Let it run and allow it to make a profit that will go straight into your account and really boost. And so really, when you have this situation here, what you're avoiding is, a pair that goes and breaks out like this or breaks down like that, that will cause structural damage to your account. So choosing the pair, again, once again, I repeat, choosing the right pair. So once again, let me repeat, choosing the pair is very important if you want a strategy that is pretty much a low risk and allows you to make money without a lot of intervention from yourself. So this is what I will do. There are two solutions to this problem of finding the right pairs. Okay, again, you have to find the right pairs in order to get the right results here. So what you need to do, so if you want to do a low risk strategy, I think the best way to do it are two things. You need to find a pair that's really prone to channeling, okay? As long as it's channel is okay. And the next, you find pairs which are trending and then only select one direction. This is the real life experience that I got, at least from testing Plato and really adjusting it for low risk, because, you know, we sometimes in these things, we really do not want to take too high a risk. We want it to run, and we want it to run without a lot of intervention. And this really requires some skill in setting it up. So prones that are channeling will go like that, like that, like that, or, you know, it will go that, that, that. We'll look at some pairs. Of course, this is for this week. For other weeks, it really depends, or pairs which are, you know, another way to do it that I see is, you know, if you find a pairs which are trending like that and waiting for breakout, then you only go in one direction, top there. Or if it's going down like that, and then you only go in one direction, which is the sell. This really reduces your stress during trading, which I think is very important, because a lot of intervention will really result in a lot of stress, which is not good for you. Remember, this is not about a passive robot. This is pretty much an active robot, although it doesn't require that much of time if you compare to full-time trading or trying to day trade. You know, don't do that. That is kind of really a way to lose money in Forex. So these are some examples that I found, and today's is like 19th October. You see this. I kind of like this pattern on USD JPY here going up. Why do I say that? Because if you take a look at this pattern in detail and just look at the day here, okay? Just look at the day here. What you see here is quite clear. Let me draw it for you. If you see here, there's something that's called an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So when you have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, once it breaks this neckline, it is going up. So for this, I would really look one direction only for it to go up. And if I drill down further here into the hourly chart like this, let's go to the hourly chart. All I need to do now is basically draw something like that. This is a trend line. I know that pretty much so that there's a high probability that once this pair breaks this trend line here, it is going to go up. So I would be timing my entry. If it does like that, then I would ask RISMI to go in with a positive buy, okay? RISMI plateau to go in and trade only one direction, which is a buy, because I'm expecting it to trend. That is an example of a trending pair here. This is for USD dollar, Japanese yen, okay? It's not Euro USD or something like that. Now, another pair is, you know, if say I want something that's really choppy and something that goes in a trend, okay, that goes in a channel, okay, that I've explained. Now, I would have to look at pairs called crosses. So crosses are pairs that do not involve the USD. You know, the USD could be very volatile here, and anything that's crossed against the USD could be very volatile, you know, because of Trump's announcement, Powell's announcement. You know, there's a fight between Trump and Powell for the Fed, whether he lowers interest rates or not. Well, at least that's what Trump wants. So this could create a lot of volatility in addition to the trade war. So in order to avoid all this, you'd have to take US dollar really out of the equation to have a more stable pair. So what I do here is look at the pairs, you know, take out the USD, maybe Aussie CAD, you know, does it go in a channel? Well, that's the hourly at least. So you can see at a point in time here, it does actually go in a channel here. Okay, let me draw you the channel like this. So you see that's channeling, that's pretty good. That's kind of good. It's kind of channeling. Okay, that's kind of channeling like that. As long as you have this, then it's pretty cool. And that's channeling. So pairs like this are very good for Plato, because what you do not want, and when I say it's not channeling, what you do not want is something that's, you know, that's really breaking out here. So this is good. This is pretty much okay. This is even better. And you can find it in also other pairs. Let's try Euro, AUD. Although I don't kind of like the euro because it's also subject to volatility compared to the British pound. Knowing that the British pound is undergoing Brexit, I really do not want to touch it. I'd rather go to the hourly chart because, you know, you need something that lasts over 7 days. So this is kind of good, okay, guys? I mean, I see pretty much a channel working like that, like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. This is quite dangerous because this is really a breakout, okay? But after that, it seems to channel again. And another pair which I like, which really does not respond so much, because both of them respond to the US dollar. So within themselves, they kind of tend to channel, is AUD and ZD. Or if you're from the US, you probably would say AUD, NZD, right? Is that right? So again, when you see here, you can see that pair that's pretty much stuck here in a channel like that, kind of like that. Yeah, so it looks like, you know, if you can do that, then it's pretty much channel, then that's really, really very good for Plato. You want a low risk strategy, easy, so that you can do whatever you want to do in life. It's basically about freedom from time. You still need to have knowledge on how to set it up. You still need to have understanding in Forex to know how to set it up and change your pairs from week to week. But a low risk strategy that's capable of giving you like 5 to 10% of money, you see the results here on my FX book, is going to give you a lot of freedom because you don't have to think that much. Basically a 1 week review on knowing what's going on in the markets, okay? And then you can finally do what you want to do, whether, you know, you want to travel, you want to go to exotic places like I do, not having fun, but I like meeting a lot of people, making new friends everywhere, really working on partnerships with other social media influencers. That's really my cup of tea. So I just like to go around, and having a robot allows me to do this. Having an EA allows me to do this, which I can then mix and match the strategies in order to get the returns that I want. And that's all that it's about, okay? It's basically having the knowledge to operate the F1 car, as I said, so that you are able to meet your financial goals in order to have the life that you want, the life that you are designing, not really being a slave in the corporate world, which I was before, and you could be, or even struggling like a small-time businessman to make ends meet. It's time to take control of your life, and this is one of the best ways to do it. And the best thing is that you can actually see the results that I'm getting on my FX book. Nothing is hidden here, okay? Because again, I'm very serious about you being successful in doing whatever you want to do.